Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Duesbeck from Kava, and today I'm going to be going over with you section 1.02, expressions. The first thing that I want to point out to you is the difference between an expression and an equation. So a lot of people get the two mixed up. So I'm going to point to which one's which, and I want to see if you can figure out the difference. The one on the left is an expression. The one on the right is an equation, and I kind of pointed to it on accident. So what do you guys think the difference is? Do you see what it is? The difference is the equal sign. An expression is simply that we're expressing some math numbers or variables. An equation has this right here, an equal sign. So what's the difference? One has an equal sign and one does not. So now let's talk about how we simplify an expression. To simplify an expression, we simply use the order of operations, which is PEMDAS, parentheses, exponent, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. Alright, so let's see what we would do first. I have a division and I have an addition. Division's right here, addition is down here, so division is higher, so we're going to do the division first. 36 divided by 4 is 9. And then the 9 plus 5 would be 14. Alright, on to the next simplifying problem. Simplify the expression. So again, we always use the order of operations, which you guys should remember from pre-algebra. And if you don't, just email your teacher, and I'm sure that they have some kind of recording to help you out. Multiplication and division, if you guys notice right here, I put side by side. That's because you don't do one before the other. They're both what we call on an equal level. So instead, if you have both of them in a problem like I do right here, so I have a division and I have a multiplication, the way you know which one to do first is you solve them from left to right. Okay, so let's take a look. I have an addition, I have a division, I have a multiplication, and I have a subtraction. So which one's on the higher level? Multiplication and division. So I have the two things that are in blue. How do I know which one to do first? We work from left to right. So that means I'm going to do these first. 18 divided by 9 is 2. Before I go any further, I want us to rewrite the rest of our problem. Drop everything straight down. Let's see what we have left. An add, a multiply, and a subtract. Well, again, multiply is higher than add and subtract, so I'm going to do multiply next. 2 times 3 is 6. Let's drop down everything else. Okay, so what am I left with? I am left with an add and a subtract. Both of those are on my bottom level. They're equal. So how do I know which ones to do first? I do the one on the left first. 24 plus 6 is 30, and 30 minus 14 is 16 for a final answer. So simplifying is basically the same as if it had an equal sign. You are just simplifying or making the problem smaller, more simple. Alright, now what if I add brackets in? Brackets are kind of like parentheses, so let's spread out our PEMDAS again. Alright, so we'll always start with the P. So do you guys see any parentheses up there? I sure do. I see some right here. So we're going to do that first. 5 minus 3 is 2. Keep them in the parentheses though, and let's drop down everything else. Nice to do math one step at a time. That way you don't lose track of anything. Okay, so I did simplify my parentheses, so I don't have to worry about that part, but I have these brackets. Brackets are actually part of the parentheses. For parentheses, you're going to have parentheses, you're going to have brackets. There's some type of grouping symbol that are going to say, hey, do me first. So let's look inside of this whole bracket area. Let me highlight it for you guys. And let's see what part of that bracket you think I'm going to have to do first. I have an addition sign, which is way down here, and I have this 2 times 2. Well, times means multiply. So the one that's higher comes first. So since the multiply is higher, we're going to do that first. 2 times 2 is 4. Now would come the addition. 6 plus 4 is 10. And once there's only one number in the brackets, you don't have to write the brackets anymore. So it's fine to just write 10 as 10. And 40 divided by 10 would be 4. You guys are doing great so far. We have one last one to do, and then we are done. Alright, last one. What if I put this big, huge division sign in there? Don't let that scare you. We're still going to do PEMDAS. But we're going to forget about the bottom for right now. So I'm going to hide the bottom. Let's all just focus on the top only. Okay, so I have 17 plus, and then I have parentheses, and then I have another plus. So for PEMDAS, what always comes at the very top, the P stands for parentheses. So let's add these together first. 3 plus 1 would be 4. Let's rewrite the rest of the problem. Okay, now what would come next? I have an addition, and I have a multiplication. What do you guys think? Multiplication or addition? Perfect. We're going to do multiplication first. 4 times 4 is 16. And 17 plus 16 is 33. You guys solved the top perfectly. Now I'm going to move this off, and we're going to work on the bottom. So on the bottom, I have a minus and I have a divide. So what part do you guys think comes first? I'm going to stick this right underneath there. A minus or a divide? The divide comes first. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Let's drop down the 16 minus. So the only part that I did right now is this part right here. 25 divided by 5 is 5. The 16 and the minus stays put. Now all I have left is a minus, so 16 minus 5 is 11. So I put the 11 on the bottom, and 33 divided by 11 is 3. You guys did a great job. So just as a recap, whenever you have a big, huge division bar, you are going to simplify the top, then you're going to simplify the bottom, and then that fraction, if that can be simplified, that's going to be your very last step. Alright, great job. Good luck with 1.02.